Okay, hello, good day. How are you today? I hope you're keeping well. So I've got my microphone. I've just literally done an online fitness class part of my 28-day challenge. But the reason I'm here today is I'm here to give you my top five tips for making a plan. Now I might glance down because I've got my notes literally down here. My top 5 tips to help you get motivated, to give you a plan of action for better health, fitness, body and mind. And I cannot wait to share these with you. This is valuable advice from myself, and I hope that you can take something from today's video. So if you're watching live, you can say hello, or you can pop the word replay in the comments box if you're watching this back on replay. Good morning to Liz. Thank you for tuning in, Liz. So, as I say, let me know what your struggles are. Is there anything in particular that you are struggling with in your life at the moment in terms of health, fitness, body and mind? Maybe eating habits, maybe sleeping habits. Hopefully this, as I say, this video will help you come up with a good plan from week to week to be on the course of living your best life and feeling your best. So, in no particular order, and there's no priority here, my first one is healthy eating. Okay, this is something that we don't always do. We can ignore because life is busy. We work all day, and then sometimes we want to get home and we cannot be bothered to prepare a full nutritious meal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some very good tips, probably common sense, but when you hear me talk about it, you might be like, actually, do you know what, I need to do that. So, healthy eating. My best way, my best plan for you is to batch cook, alright? So what I do, on a Sunday normally, or a weekend when I've got a couple of hours spare, I will batch cook 2 to 3 meals. So I've got variety for my week. So for example, this weekend just gone, I've cooked myself 2 meals. I cooked myself a chilli, but in this chilli I chucked loads of different stuff in it. So I bought some turkey mince, and then in this bolognese or this chilli I put kidney beans, I put sweet corn, I put peppers, I put onions, I even throw in some chickpeas for extra protein. Alright, it's all homemade, tin of chopped tomatoes, tomato puree, a beef stock cube, maybe a little bit of whole grain mustard in there, and a little bit of salt and pepper to season that. So cook that all up on the slow cooker over the weekend, and I've got 2 or 3 meals there for the week. Now obviously if you're a larger family, you can obviously batch cook for a bigger family, and then pop these into Tupperware containers, pop them in your fridge. And then a good example for the rest of the week would be, you could reheat the chilli, whether you cook up some brown rice and pop it with some brown rice, whether you cook up some vegetables, maybe some tender steamed broccoli, or some, mashed on potato, or maybe, steam some carrots and pop them as your side. So you can cook your side fresh, but your main meal is there ready. So batch cook, that was one of the meals I did this weekend. I also cooked myself like a kind of a chicken curry meal. It was very basic, by the way. Cut up some chicken, cut up some peppers, some onions, stuck that with some coconut milk, some turmeric, some other spices, and that was quite nice. And I had that last night, and again I cooked up some brown rice with it, and it was perfect for my evening. I had loads of energy. So healthy eating is tip number 1. Batch cooking. Plan ahead. Don't just think, do you know what, I'm not going to make any plans what to cook. I'll see how I get on when I get home from work, and then I'll try and put something together. The chance that if you try and do that, you're not always going to stick to it. Whereas if you shop at the weekend, you get all your ingredients from the batch cook, you cook at the weekend, you have your meals for your busier times during the week. So that was tip number 1. Batch cooking, healthy eating meals, bulk the main, and then cook sides on the day, broccoli, mashed potato, rice, whatever it is. And then normally once or twice a week, I will have some salmon, and I will put some salt and some squeeze of a lemon on that, pop that in the oven for 20 minutes, and then again I will also do some side veg there as well, or a side salad. So it's really easy once you make a plan. My tip number 2 is exercise 3 to 5 times a week. So if you're looking to exercise, good morning Jeanette, if you're looking to exercise 3 times a week, I would recommend 3 1-hour workouts. Now when I say a workout, it could be a workout of any kind. You can go down to the local swim pool and swim for an hour. You can go out for a run. What I would personally do is mix it up. So maybe do at least 1 or 2 workouts every week using weights, whether it be dumbbells or a kettlebell. And I can help you with those if you want some exercise classes with weights. And we run classes at home with weights, so you can actually do it right from the comfort of your own home. Or you can come and join us at the Nest one evening, or maybe some daytime classes and use weights there. So you can use weights there. So 3 to 5 times a week. And again, why don't you plan this at the weekend before? Sit down for half an hour and go, right, okay, this is what I've got on this week. I'm out with friends Tuesday night. I've got to work a long day Thursday. So actually, Tuesday and Thursday is out the equation. So, okay, I'm going to commit myself to a workout Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I'm going to fit it in straight after work, so because when I get home, I can get straight into my sports gear and then I can go out and do it. Maybe you've got children and that's not possible. So maybe you're going to be someone that goes, actually, kids to bed at half seven. I am tired, but I'm going to get changed and I'm going to do a workout from home, or I'm going to drive 10 minutes down the road and go to a local class or my local gym. A lot of it is to do with discipline, all right? And also, hello Sarah, also to create a habit for you. So create a habit of what you're going to stick to 3 to 5 times a week. Make it a routine, make it a habit, be disciplined, and know if you give yourself the TLC your body needs, you're going to feel great, all right? You're not going to feel sluggish and struggling. I feel really good today. I feel on top of the world because I've been eating really well and I'm exercising consistently but not over the top. So I feel really good at the moment. That was tip number 2. So we've had batch cooking for number 1, exercise 3 to 5 times a week for point number 2. Now all these 5 points will work together. If you miss them out, one of them out, then the chances are you're not going to feel as good as what you are if you incorporate all 5. Point number 3, rest and recovery. That is so important. When we go to sleep, when we rest, that is when our body repairs itself. That is when you rest, you recuperate, your muscles rebuild and things like that, and your organs again, because obviously I think I heard it once, every 3 months we have a new liver, something like that. So our organs and bodies are always rebuilding, and we need the sleep to be able to do that. So aim for a minimum of 7 hours sleep a night. And again, I know everyone's different. Some people do shifts, some people work days. Find a way to get your 7 hours in. I usually probably, and I'm very lucky here, I probably get, I'm going to say 7 to 8 hours a night. I normally head down at 11, half 11, and I normally rise about 7 o'clock, 7:30 time. So 7 hours sleep. So we've got healthy eating, batch cooking at weekends, planning, big dishes, cook your sides of the day, 3 to 5 times a week exercise, make a plan, sort out when you're going to do it, but the weekend before, rest and recovery. Point number 4, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, this is a golden nugget right here. No caffeine 8 hours before bed, or no alcohol 8 hours before bed. Now obviously you're going to might have once a week where you go out and you have a drink, that's fine, alright, but don't make a habit of it. Now why am I telling you this? There's always science behind it. Caffeine and alcohol is a stimulant. You're stimulating the brain, okay, so the brain kind of comes to life. So what happens is, even though you think you've had 7 hours sleep after having maybe a cup of tea at 10 o'clock at night, you're not getting the same quality of sleep because your brain and a stimulant, alright? Whereas if you switch off and you don't drink tea or coffee within 8 hours of rest, bed, then the chances are your quality of sleep will improve. I've learned this from a worldwide, how can I say this, professional who goes around the country or the world and delivers talks about sleep. All right, and I learned this a couple of years ago, and since then I've not drunk caffeine 8 hours before I go to bed. And I tell you what, it makes all the difference. So point number 4, there you go, no stimulants 8 hours before bed. Point number 5, again, we all say, oh, I'm busy, I've forgotten. There's no excuse, all right? Hydrate regularly throughout the day. Go to work, take yourself a big bottle of water, fill it right up. You get those bottles of water where it tells you 2 litres and the points and the subscribe marks on the water bottle and where you should be drinking at what point of the day. Take that into work. If you're in office work, even if you're on the go, make a point to have water breaks and water stops. You know, if you're employed and you work in a school or something, surely they would let you have a water bottle in class where you can stop for 5 minutes or a couple of minutes and have a drink. All right, surely between classes, NHS workers, I'm sure you can have water by your side. Hydrate regularly throughout the day. Try and have a glass of water with every meal, snack, etc. I'm always drinking water. And a nice little tip for you, what you can do is you can pop a squeeze of lemon juice in your water. Okay, gives you some good vitamins in your water. So there's my 5 top tips today. We have healthy eating, batch cooking, all right, before the week starts. So you've got your meals ready, you've got your plan, you've got your food, you've got your ingredients, you've got everything you need. You just need to cook the side. Exercise 3 to 5 times a week. 3 1-hour workouts, 5 30-minute workouts, all right. Plan ahead where you're going to do them. Don't just get up one day and go, oh, I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know what I'm having for tea. I don't know if I'm going to have time to exercise. I'll just think about it when I get home. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get home, you're going to be working all day, you're going to feel a little bit tired. And the last thing you want to do is use your brain to go, I need to cook this. I need to go and do it. Oh my God, no, I can't. Whereas if you know and you've planned at the start of your day, you have got a plan. You know what meal you're going to have. You know if you're going to get that workout in because you've already planned it. All right? And that is what it is all about, making a plan. Point number 3, 7 hours sleep. All right? Make time to do that. Point number 4, no caffeine or alcohol 8 hours before bed if you can. It's a stimulate. It will affect your quality of sleep. And number 5, hydrate regularly throughout the day. That is my top tips. I really hope you've enjoyed them. If you've enjoyed this video, if you think it's very useful to your friends, your family, hit the like button, share it on your Facebook page. There are so many people out there that are not making a plan for eating, drinking water, exercising consistently, getting enough sleep. And this is why we are all tired, stressed and run down. Do the basics. Get the basics right. You're going to give yourself a good chance of feeling good. All right? Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully see you soon. If you're looking to join one of the classes online or in community, drop me a message and I will send you the timetable of those classes we do using weights as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.